Tonight, on Be Something Wonderful, you are everything, everywhere, all at once. I am your host, Tom Kearin, and this is the Be Something Wonderful studio of higher consciousness, where we help you level up and become the best version of yourself. Creators, welcome back. It is a rainy and stormy night here in Cusco, Peru. I have a powerful video from a session with a client that I had today. And really, we talked about a lot of things. But what she really talked about is she was really dwelling on past conditions and waiting on future conditions or future events. I want you to hear this because she goes, Tom, what's the one thing I can do? Just something simple that I can do that can move me to manifesting what I want in my life. And what I talked about, and I've talked about in several videos, but one of the most powerful things you can do is loosen your beliefs and assumptions about linear time. Linear time keeps you bound to conditions that you want to change or that you want to be different, right? In linear time, it emphasizes the apparent or perceived solidity and permanency of the conditions, which they're nothing but, right? They're temporary conditions and they're always changing. So loosen your beliefs and assumptions about linear time. Remember, your assumptions are timeless, right? When you assume something, it is. When? Right now, in that eternal moment of now. Stop dividing up all that is into the past, present, and future, and be present now. We want to divide up God. We want to divide up all that is, waiting for something to happen in the future, or dwelling on something on the past. But either way, whether you're dwelling on events, past conditions, or waiting for conditions to change and waiting on future conditions, you're dwelling in the past, period, right? You're not in the eternal now moment, right? Past conditions are not the cause of your present conditions, and your present conditions are not the cause of your future conditions. It's all happening right now. Your assumptions and beliefs create it all right now. It created and affect all time. Not just the past, not just the present, but the future, right? But all time. Do you hear it? Because it's all happening right now. It's the simultaneity of reality, of all that is, of you, right? So let's hit it. Waiting is creating. I've talked about this in a few videos now. It's a state of being. Waiting is a state of being that creates a reality of waiting for something to change or be different, but never moving to that desired future. It creates a reality or a state of being of waiting, right? Dwelling on the past recreates it over and over again. That memory that memory is a mental image, an imaginal act that denies you the infinite power of all possibilities in the present moment. Do you see it? That you dwelling in the past, you keep recreating it. As you keep lighting up that image. That's an imaginal act. That's a memory. A memory is just a mental image, right? Being present channels the power of all time, because there's only the timelessness, the timeless present, right? The infinite, where all power is, all knowing is, right? So let's hit this. Remember, in the Bible it says, before Abraham was, I am. Jesus said this. You're I am, right? Jesus represents the I am, right? And there's been a lot of talk about where that comma should be, the comma placement. Before Abraham, was I am, or before Abraham was, I am. Doesn't matter. What's the real message here? Before Abraham, I am. In other words, before any manifested events, before time, before space, before the universe, there was just I am, forever. That's you. That's the eternal present. That's where all your power is. Before Abraham, I am. Before linear time, I am. Before manifested conditions, I am. Linear time fragments your experience of reality and creates the experience of separation from all that you are and all that you want and all that you desire. Do you see it? Remember, we talked about in the video earlier today, actually, that I released on the membership channel. Resist nothing, right? This is what Genevieve Davis talks about when she said, your path to everything you want is about resisting nothing. Resist nothing and it's all yours, right? Remember, resisting nothing connects you to the present moment and all that is. That's the connection, right? That's huge. So when you live in the end, when you begin in beginning and end in the end, when you begin and end in the end of that assumption that everything you want and desire is within you, and available to you right now, it makes linear time irrelevant. Do you see it? When you live in the end, when you begin and end in the end of the assumption that everything you want and desire is within you and available to you right now, linear time becomes irrelevant. Do you see it? Beginning and ending in the end. Living in the end. Living in your assumption that everything you want desires within you. Linear time, it makes linear time irrelevant. Assume and occupy your desired identity and reality right now and bask in gratitude. Gratitude just implies that you do have it all. When you feel gratitude, that is the end. Right? That means you are in that assumption. You are in that new identity. Right? So powerful. We've talked about gratitude many times. Letting go of linear time loosens your beliefs and assumptions in the perceived continuity and solidity of your current identity and reality. It loosens it. Remember we talked about when Lazarus was raised from the dead. And Jesus says, loosen him or unbind him and let him go. Unbind yourself from this belief, solid belief in the solidity in linear time, and that events go from the past to the present to the future. They're all happening right now. You can enter any of them, right? So linear time implies cause and effect are separate, and that God and manifested reality are separate. And more importantly, it implies that your desire and its fulfillment are separate. And none of that's the case. When you desire something, it's fulfilled. Cause equals effect. There's only God. There's only unity. Right? There's only one time, and that's right now. Linear time is an attempt to cover up your oneness with God and all that is. It's an attempt to cover up your true nature as I am. That omniscient, all-knowing, omnipotent, all-power, absolutely unlimited, omnipresent, everything, everywhere, all at once. That's you. Right? I am is the absolute, undeniable truth of who you are. Right? This means whatsoever you assume, believe, declare as I am is your relative truth and must unfold in the 3D world. Do you hear it? Because the only truth is I am. But as you condition it, as you decide who you are, right? Jesus asked you, who do you say I am? That means that whatever you assume, whatever you believe and declare as I am is your relative truth. It must unfold in the 3D world as you affirm it within. It's created immediately in that timeless present, right? There's only the simultaneity of I am. Linear time is how you experience your unlimitedness. So what's the one suggestion? There's plenty of those that I would suggest, but one would be loosen your belief in linear time. How do you do that? Go within. Sense that greater reality within you. Right? Feel that I am this. Sit in that assumption. Go to the end of what you want. Right? And rest in gratitude that it's already within you. Right? Begin and end in the end. Live in the end. That's what we really mean. You are already everything, everywhere, all at once. I am your host, Tom Kearin. And this is the Be Something Wonderful studio of higher consciousness, where we help you level up and become the best version of yourself. Creators, thank you. Thank you for being with me. Thank you for liking and sharing and commenting on the videos. We have a Facebook group, the Be Something Wonderful Ambassadors, at facebook.com/groups/Be Something Wonderful. We have an Instagram and Twitter account at Tom Kearin, or just go to our website anytime at tomkearin.com or besomethingwonderful.com. With great love, with great light, and infinite gratitude, this is Tom Kearin coming to you from Cusco, Peru on a rainy night and a stormy night. See you soon.